Hi, everyone. I'm Laura Ripperger, Executive Director of CISV USA, and I'm going to walk you through a brief presentation, CISV USA 101. So who we are a global community of dedicated volunteers creating opportunities for all ages to experience the excitement and enrichment of cultural diversity through our educational programs. We are founded on the belief that peace is possible through friendship and that a real difference can be made, starting with the children. Our core values: friendly, engaging, cooperative, inclusive, and enthusiastic. Now we're going to talk a little bit about our history. The ultimate source for peace, long range, lay with the children. Our founder, Dr. Doris Allen. In 1946, Dr. Allen, a child psychologist, had an idea: bring children together before adolescence so that they can learn to be friends before prejudices become ingrained. The first village was held in 1951. CISV worldwide. There are 23 chapters in CISV USA, and CISV internationally has chapters in 60 plus countries. Since 1951, we've had almost 2,000 people have participated in more than 5,000 international activities through CISV. Our mission: CISV educates and inspires action for a more just and peaceful world. The object is education, not tourism. The goal is to see the camp in one world, the world in one camp, excuse me. Peace education develops active global citizens. Peace education provides us with the attitudes, skills, and knowledge. Ask. We need to become agents of change both locally and globally. In other words, to become active global citizens. In CISV, we ensure these attitudes, skills, and knowledge are the heart of our educational goals and our approach to learning. Learn by doing, experiential learning. Because experiential learning is effective and fun, it is the core of all our activities. It's a 4-step process. Step 1, do a peace education activity. Step 2, reflect on what ask you learned from this activity. Step 3, generalize how this learning has been applied to a new context. And step 4, apply your new ask, attitudes, skills, and knowledge, put them into action. A little more about peace education. Peace education encourages us to look at a wide range of issues and helps us gain a better understanding of our own identity within a local and global community, basic human rights, as well as forms of exploitation and injustice, conflicts and how they can be caused, prevented, and resolved, sustainable solutions for environmental and developmental issues. CISV touches on 4 main content areas of peace education. First, diversity explores the identity of an individual and then asks us to consider ourselves within our own and the wider community. Human rights considers how human rights affects every aspect of our lives and how violations can lay at the root of problems such as poverty, violence, and lawlessness. Conflict resolution helps us understand how conflicts can arise deliberately or otherwise and what can be done to help bring a peaceful resolution. Sustainable development looks for integrated ways to promote economic and social well-being while protecting the environment through responsible use of natural resources. Program themes. A program theme is developed from the content areas. Activities are planned around that theme, taking into consideration and account for a number of factors, including the location of the program, the age of the participants. We don't want to have content for children that are too young, or content that's not engaging enough for our older participants. The duration of the program, local issues, world events going on, group dynamics where everyone is in the process of the group, and then the relevance to the participant group, and then the complexity of the issue. So let's talk a little bit about our programs. Our village program starts as age 11 and has 2 boys and 2 girls and 1 leader in the delegation. It's a duration of 28 days. And it's a unique 4-week international camp that is our flagship program. It's a multi-language camp and it features a mix of educational, cultural, and sporting activities, which emphasizes global and intercultural living. A village has delegations from 12 different countries, plus 6 junior counselors aged 16 and 17, and 5 adult staff. A ratio of youth is 1 to 3.1. And youth meeting is the next age group, and it is 12 to 13. The delegation size is 4 young youth and 1 leader. And then it is 15 days in length. And a youth meeting camp is that is organized to provide an opportunity for young people to explore important intercultural issues and promote continued CISV participation. Each youth meeting has a theme, reinforces the organizational values, and builds skills in leadership and program organization. A youth meeting affords ample opportunity for fun and making new friends from around the world. And there are 4 staff. Step Up is the next program for ages 14 or 15. And that delegation is made up of 2 boys and 2 girls and 1 leader. The duration of the camp is 23 days. This program is similar to the village concept, but it's structured differently, requiring participants to take stronger leadership roles. Through activities and discussion, each camp focuses on a specific educational theme. A Step Up has delegations from 9 countries and 4 staff. A ratio of adults is 1 to 3. Again, as you progress through the programs, the idea is that you continue to build more and more leadership skills. So Village Junior Counselor, they are 16 to 18 years old. It's an individual invitation, and it's the village, same as the village, it's the village duration of 28 days. And they support the village staff and leaders and helping with the camp activities for the 11-year-olds. There are 6 at every village program, and participants travel alone. Seminar camp, ages 16 to 17. And again, this is an individual program. It's a 21-day duration. And this is a personal, challenging, intensive program and is coordinated by the young participants themselves. They develop their own agendas and explore global issues based on their backgrounds and interests through activities and in-depth discussions. Seminar camps are for 30 international participants with the supervision and assistance of international adult staff, and participants travel alone. So what is a program really like, and why do kids like it so much? Do yourself a favor and go YouTube, check out YouTube and search CISV and see some fun CISV videos. So what's the selection process? Participants are, each applicant is evaluated by the chapter selection process. Chapters can do this differently. They look for maturity, the ability to be away from their parents and for the duration of the program, the ability to communicate well with peers and adults, the ability and willingness to learn, the leadership potential, healthy and emotionally stable, ability to assume responsibility within a group, and a personal desire to make friends with children of other countries. And then the family's willingness to volunteer at the chapter level. And how leaders and staff are selected. CISV leaders and staff are 21 years old. They are volunteers. They're paid for experience, not paid. So they receive a very small stipend to cover expenses while they're away. Must demonstrate a love of working with children, belief in the philosophy of CISV, have some travel experience, and the flexibility and maturity necessary to lead a delegation of energetic young people. They submit an application and references, must be interviewed by the chapter's selection committee, and they must submit a background check, criminal, child protection, and driving record, and are required to be trained by CISV at multiple levels prior to travel. Program fees. Program fees are set by each chapter. So fees typically include the following. They include chapter membership, insurance, leader training, transportation to training, program fee participation, and may include travel and leaders travel expenses, but some chapters keep that fee separate. They also typically include a contribution to the chapter's program hosting fund. Sometimes there are discounts for members, for example, waiving application fee and multi-sibling discounts. Some chapters may not have grant needs based scholarships depending on their chapter finances. I will note that CISB National does have a national scholarship uh, fund now, and we provide full scholarships for a select few people each year. And then for most programs, the chapter must prepare families to expect approximately $500 in prep money, homestay gifts, leader gifts, and then spending money and then about $250 in emergency money. Again, this will vary on depending on the chapter. So let's talk about risk management. Safety is our top priority. CISB is committed to ensuring that safety of each child in our care is paramount. We have been organizing camp-based programs and family-hosted exchanges for decades, and child safety and protection remain our highest priority. Many of our volunteers are parents themselves who are sending their children to CISB programs in other countries, or may have done so themselves in the past. They share our commitment to and your concern for the welfare of your child. Child protection. CISB International has a comprehensive child protection policy and procedures, which are reviewed and updated regularly. CISB USA additionally has our own child protection procedures that are in line with our U.S. national legislation and requirements. All of our program staff and leaders receive child protection, risk management, and leadership training to prepare them to take care of your child. Health and safety. A full risk assessment is conducted at the start of every program, and our program staff are supported by our local, regional, and international network of experienced risk managers. All of our participants are required to carry insurance and provide detailed medical and health information. At every program, there is at least one first aid qualified staff. They are responsible for any basic first aid, the organization and distribution of medicines, liaising with local doctors and hospitals as necessary, and keeping all records related to illness or accident. Medical care is always within reach, and in a rare event of illness or accident, parents are called at the first opportunity and updated with full information on what steps have been taken to help their child. Volunteering and engagement. Volunteering is CISV's backbone. Thousands of dedicated people worldwide devote hours and hours to CISV programs because they have experienced the special, rewarding feeling that comes from making new friends around the world and learning about cultures and ways of life. You will be asked to help because without volunteers, CISV would not exist. So that's it. Thanks for taking a couple moments to learn about CISV. Lasting peace is possible if individuals and groups can learn to live together as friends.